Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This video I want to talk about the Scorpio new moon happening on Tuesday, Wednesday, November 6th, 7th, and we have a very powerful ending as well as a new beginning for this new moon, because it's something that we have been diving deep already within ourselves. Since Jupiter has been in Scorpio since the beginning of 2018, we have already been doing a lot of work. So this new moon in Scorpio is really enabling us to see what's been hiding underneath the subtle energies, what's been below our unconscious that we have been neglecting, and it's finally coming out to our conscious mind. And this has to do with our emotions, our intimacy, our money, our gains. Anything Scorpio Plutonic related is coming to the surface now, and it's something we have been working deep within, and it's ready for us to release. We're backed up right now with the planets to release this trauma, to release this negative or an attachment to something. So having a new moon, we have two of the signs that are conjunct together. So we have the sun and the moon both in Scorpio. Now when we have two planets in the fixed sign of Scorpio and we give it the conscious and subconscious, like I said, we're going to be having a lot of energy coming up to the surface, to our conscious mind. So we're like, hey, like, I'm just tired of this. I am tired of this lingering energy that has been on me since God knows when, and it's time to release that. It's time to completely just be honest with ourselves and to know that we don't want any of that crap sticking around us anymore. So make sure you are digging beneath the surface, so you're not just staying on the surface of things. This is really the time that you're actually enabled and backed up by the planet of Jupiter to do the releasing, to get rid of stuff. And this is going to enable us to come onto this new moon path, on a new start, to this new moon cycle. Now we have a lot of things going on for November, actually. So I'm going to talk about Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is happening November 16th. It stations retrograde, but the shadow period will start November 5th, November 6th, and also will end probably good until December. So it's safe to say that Mercury retrograde will probably be here the whole month of November, because a lot of us do feel it in that shadow phase. For those of you who don't know what Mercury retrograde is, Mercury is the planet of communication, technology, transportation. And when it goes retrograde, it looks like it's spinning backwards, but it's not. It's just an illusion. So this illusion and this energy still affects us here on Earth. So there could be a lot of complications with transportation, car accidents, tickets, maybe you're speeding, maybe you got caught, technology messing up, appliances messing up, your fridge goes out, your phone cracks, you have to get a new phone, you got to get a replacement stove, whatever. Things just act up and they break, and communication is haywired. So you may have thought someone said something, but they said it another way, and you perceived it to be somehow different, and then it turns into just communication barrier. So with Mercury retrograde, I like to emphasize that it's just here to teach us to become more aware, to become more conscious of our everyday activities, and how we take care of our things, and just how we go about our lives. Because Mercury, being such a fast-paced, fidgety, like extra nervous planet, when it goes backwards, it's like we're still fidgety, but we have to take it slow. So it just reminds us that as we go about our lives and we live some of us subconsciously, constantly, and our life is mostly ruled by our subconscious mind, to just take a step back and bring more awareness into your life and really notice like the small things that you do, like how you're talking to someone, how you're taking care of your phone. Like I know for me, I have like, it was even something like related to my car, but one memory of Mercury retrograde accident that happened for me was that I was in a rush and I locked my keys in the back of my car, and that's happened twice on Mercury retrograde. So it's just about being aware and not being in such a rush during this time, because Mercury will be moving out of Scorpio into Sagittarius. And so this really does give us like communication problems in that aspect, and also travel. So just be aware on your travel dates. Make sure you read all the guidelines. Make sure you're patient with where you're going. Mercury and Sag can bring about us really wanting to study and do the work now. After we have all this Scorpio energy of releasing, and we're releasing all this trauma, now with Mercury and Sagittarius, it's like we just want to read a bunch of books. Like maybe some of you guys are getting certified. We just really want to learn the most we can about the world. So maybe this is travel for some of you, or maybe this is just starting up a new class for some of you. So this is like acquiring more knowledge, more everyday knowledge with Mercury and Sag. And so we also have Venus in Libra, and Venus was actually retrograde for a good while, so that was cleansing out a whole bunch of stuff. Now that it's moved out of Scorpio into Libra, we have more of a playful planet with Venus and Libra. We have more of a diplomatic, harmonious placement with Venus and Libra, because Venus is ruled by Libra, or Libra is ruled by Venus. And so with this placement right now and in November, we can really expect for us to voice what it was that was holding us back, and talk about and communicate with our friends, our partners, about everything we were dealing with when Venus was in Scorpio. When Venus was in Scorpio, there was just so much things going on and bubbling up underneath the surface that we knew, that we were thinking about, that we just needed to get rid of in our lives and within ourselves. And now that Venus is moving into Libra and it's going direct, it's like, now I understand, like now I can see the other side of the coin. Now I can voice these things. Now I can communicate these things to my friends, or to myself, or to my partner. And having Mars and Aqua still, it's really backing that Venus up. We have this Venus and Mars, masculine and feminine energy, working together to just voice these things, to voice our truth. Baggages. So aside from Venus and Mars at work, we have Neptune and Pluto still in trine and conjunction with this grand new moon in Scorpio. So with that, we really have some soul searching, like I said, some releasing, and this is just a time to really that really shows us that we're really backed up, like on a global level as well. Like all the stuff that we're releasing as a society, as a global world, and for our individual selves, is really backed up by Neptune. Neptune, the planet of spirituality, the planet of the soul. And so having this backed up by Neptune is really saying, like, we're opening up another paradigm. We're opening up another collective evolution paradigm. All the solar eclipse we've been through and lunar eclipse we've been through this year, all of that has been doing a lot of work with us. And on a collective level, we have matured spiritually as a whole. You're not the same person as you were last year. You've changed a lot, and right now is a time to just honor that. Honor your new being. Honor this new dimension of yourself. because we're really protected right now. Spirit guides, angels are everywhere protecting us with this Neptune and Pisces. And Uranus, another planet I want to talk about, on November 6th, it's going to be going back into Aries, and it'll be direct on the 7th, November 7th. So Uranus was in Taurus, and there was a lot of things happening. We had tsunamis, we had earthquakes, we had hurricanes, and it was just, so it taught us a lot about just Mother Nature in general. It taught us a lot about releasing these stuck and fixated patterns that we get ourselves into. And it taught us a lot how to honor our body in our earthly form. Now that it's moving into Aries, it's really time to let go of our fears and just be courageous. We've gotten ourselves out of these patterns ever since Uranus went into Taurus. It's shaken things up because it doesn't like to be fixated and slow. Now that it's in Aries, it's like, like it has its surprise for you, it has its revolution for you, but you have to face your fears first. You have to be courageous. You have to be a leader. You have to go out there and put yourself out there first. Those blessings I was talking about in my last video, they're coming, but you have to do the work. You have to step up the game and become a leader, become confident in yourself to do those things. And you will be backed up by Mars, by Uranus, by Venus. You will be backed up. Jupiter, since it's been in Scorpio for a while now, and we have been doing that Scorpio plutonic work, it's moving into Sag as well, so that will be a very, very good placement for Sag to be in, because Jupiter is ruled by Sag, and we have this just abundance type energy that is flowing through us starting November 9th till December 3rd. So when it's transit Sag, it's really a good time that we travel. It's kind of funny because Mercury and Sag is like, be careful if you travel, but Jupiter and Sag is like, if you travel, you can really benefit at this time because you can learn a lot, or you can gain experience, you can connect with people, whatever it may be. It's saying travel, but then Mercury's like, watch your ass if you travel. Either way, it's a really good placement for good luck, lottery winnings, just overall like good fortune and like just good luck and good energy. So that's good, right? So yeah, that about sums it up for the first part of November. Scorpio energy is going to be intense, so make sure you're just engaging with other people's emotions as well as yours, and become a listener for others instead of just voicing your own emotions and outlashing on people. And try to, if you see any like negative Scorpio energy like anger, jealousy, envy, any of those things, or just control in general, this is a time to wash that away with whatever you can. On the new moon, I like to do new moon rituals, so that's just setting my intention for the next moon cycle. And having that, I know that a lot of us were kind of on the last full moon very attached and very controlled to things. So right now we're actually able to let go of that control after this new moon and just like watch the universe like with a wave like come in, and things are just gonna like flow more easily, because this past month or so it's just kind of been like very slow and like very fixated, and like we wanted to hold on to things, people, words, jobs, but now it's just like the universe kind of takes over control with all this energy that's happening that I just talked about. So just prepare for that, and thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the end of the month.